back to the world of Vampyr. After unfortunate mishap in Whitechapel, I do not know if I want this to be the evil route, where we kill everyone and just make every district descend into chaos, or if I want to attempt to fix Whitechapel to the best of my ability and finish up whatever side quests and whatnot are in there. Because there's still people in there in Whitechapel that I haven't seen yet. Like, I'm honestly tempted to do the evil route first with this run and start killing people, especially after I finish up their quest lines and heal everybody and get all the clues to make them even stronger. And I'll have to, go over there and get some shit from there, but Edgar, I have fucked up, sir.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I never saw symptoms like this when I was in France. Not at all.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
And why not? What did Stoker say about the Children of the Night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I mean, technically speaking, it doesn't really matter what you think because we killed her. Accidentally, of course, but I feel so bad about Nurse Crane. But at the same point, time, like, I could easily kill these two with, like, no repercussions, pretty much. But, like...
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Why wouldn't you think you had to attend your own sister's funeral? Just because you killed her doesn't mean you don't have to attend the funeral. Still blood and all. And as far as people are concerned, nobody knows you killed her. But first, we need to go around and handle that fucking vampire your skull thing that was hanging out by the pharmacy.
Steady!
Alright, let's try our new and improved blood sphere. Oh, that does some significant damage. Okay. Which way? Let's obviously pass these two dipshits.
See them fancy
Also, I love that they're attacking me just because I'm dressed nice. Like, come on. That's not an indication of a vampire, that's just an indication I have money. Alright. Ah! Off me. Yeah, I can handle this guy a lot more easily now. Ah! There we go. Nullified. Oh, fuck then. Ah, fuck. There we go. The strong ass skull. But now he's dead.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
handle this bit. Wrong way. But fuck it, I'll deal with these guys too, because why not? I like that it pierces through both. Okay. Where is Strickland? Should be over here, I believe. Ackroyd, Harvey Fiddick, Dr. Strickland.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What
He has a
Dr.
broken
Ackroyd
arm.
really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Uh-huh.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm
Really
casting
now?
away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Okay. There it is. Sodium hypochlorite, potassium pomegranate, ferrous tartrate. Ferrous sodium hypochlorite. And formulate the medication. Okay, so potassium pomegranate and sodium hypochlorite I know I have. Potassium pomegranate, ferrous tartrate, hypochlorite. Hey, how much do I actually have? Sodium hypochlorite. Okay, this is a strange one. I think I need the treatment for headaches, and I don't know how to get that. Let me see something here. Be able to sell them.
Jonathan, are you all right?
Words cannot describe the emptiness.
I'm here for you, Jonathan. If you ever need to talk.
Tell me, why do you finance this hospital?
I'm lucky to be in a privileged position to help those less fortunate. Kindness takes the edge off the years.
If you'll forgive me, it seems a little hypocritical healing those that you may kill.
Jonathan, we are what we are, a paradox. Dead flesh with a lust for life.
Yeah, fair enough.
And our Dr. Swansea? He's fine with this culling of patients.
Dr. Swansea is a man firmly rooted in the realities of the modern world. He understands what we're trying to achieve here.
Excuse me.
Could I ask you some delicate questions?
Ask, and I will answer if I choose.
You don't live here.
I have a house in London, where I reside with my daughter.
A daughter? Is she,
No. Charlotte is a perfectly normal young lady. And if you must know, I adopted. Perhaps you'll meet her someday.
There's so much I want to know. I mean, what? Where? Who?
Slow down, Jonathan. And please, not all questions should be answered.
Please tell me. Are you Lady Ashbury? Is that your real name?
Yes and no. I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood. Out of pure vanity, I cannot tell you when I was born.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Cash should be around here, I believe. Cash Chidana. Yep.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful. Never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and lost at the same time.
Okay, so there's another table, is there? Alright then.
Strickland's project
There we go.
could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
Right, so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Aykroyd.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
I know that you're a busy man, but I could use your help and advice.
The great Dr. Reed honors me with a request. What is it exactly?
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of fringe medical experimentation?
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor. I made sure it won't harm anyone, but I'd like you to take care of it.
I see. Put it in my cabinet. I'll give you the key. I'll make sure no one uses this medication by mistake.
I'll do that. Thank you for your help. Dr. Ackroyd.
Thank you for your trust on the matter, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, like, this isn't exactly the time to be fucking around
Do
with.
you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Fair enough.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
But yeah, like, this isn't exactly the time to be fucking around with experimental medicine.
Nice sweet girl. So many dead. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Right, well...
I will not let you down.
Like, if I do decide to go with the evil route and kill everyone, like, I kinda want to leave Pembroke for last.
I cannot enter.
Just because it feels more appropriate to leave a safe place for people somewhere, even if it isn't. What does that say? That's just second floor. And if everything else is pretty much fucked. Okay, where is his office? Apparently in here.
It's locked. Now that Dr. Ackroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Mr. Goswick's medical file. Infected with Spanish flu. Yeah. No shit. Plus, there's a lot of people here that I can't actually hypnotize. Okay, I guess I could talk to Mortimer.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Right, well...
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Okay. Oh wait, new event. Alright, we can go talk to Swansea, and there's something new apparently. Edgar?
I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please do so.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Yes, Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
Yeah.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
Oh, really?
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Did something happen? She seems such a very capable woman.
Yeah, I kinda brainwashed her and turned her into a...
She was blackmailing Lady Ashbury. Thought she was murdering patients as some sick upper-class game.
Nurse Crane was playing a dangerous game. She's lucky Lady Ashbury
Yeah, I
abhors
kinda
violence.
brainwashed her into a very powerful scowl.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Prewen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
We'll talk later.
So... Because, like, I could really easily get rid of these, like, these two here, because I have Mesmerize level 2. I could also deal with Mortimer if I wanted. And Tippets. But the thing with that is... like, it would really fuck up a lot of stuff if I was to do that. So I'm not gonna, not for now anyway. The hell? Oh, she's drunker. Oh boy. Alright. fucking crossbowmen are annoying me. Anything up here? Some money. I think this goes back to the docks. Or maybe it's some secret passage thing, I don't know. All I know is I don't need to take it right now, so.
You're mine!
I'm sure about that. Yeah, no shit. Oh boy. Okay, so that's... Yeah, that just does more. Make sure I grab stuff these guys may or may not have dropped.
I'd head back if I were you, sir.
Okay, yeah, so I'm hearing a lot of skulls.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Somebody help!
Don't worry, I got it.
Who are you? Somebody help!
Yeah, so the axe is strong, but it's slow. I got you.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder? This man's far too old to be Samuel.
Ooh, that is a lot of dead.
No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
This guy got skewered. And judging by their bloody skeletons, there were a few skulls in here that were more than likely.
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Okay. A lot of skulls in this cemetery, but that makes sense considering the district is in serious condition right now. Oh, there's a lot of them
As
in here.
I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Oh, great. There goes that. St. Paul Chemist. Yeah, so that's not with that, I think. Okay, and then there's this skull here. Or these skulls, rather. Yep, and that one's a new enemy. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of skulls in here. Probably because I fucked up and first district worse. A lot of pre-win. So that's something, I guess. Go to every one of these bloody skulls. Probably stock up on some blood. So, sorry rats, but... Okay. Going in freaking circles here. But I think it's down here. I do, however, hear skulls, and that's not good.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
There we go. Because I know I'm gonna need blood, probably.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Well... What's going on for a coat there? It's like textured wrong.
Oh, Mary.
Clipping through her leg.
What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
No shit. We can't exactly bring the dead back to life.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'm not a religious man. You should know that.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her. This is you telling Mary how sorry you are.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Well, fuck it then. I guess vampires can enter consecrated ground on this one. Oh, that is a hell of a walk, isn't it? And again, basically walking over this thing city, and there's blood. Hideout. Okay. Okay. Level up a little. dear. Fatigue, fatigue, fatigue. Neuralgia. Oh no.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Oh, you are big.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Well then.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Reverend Henry
Not a
Kane.
safe place. Right now, sir. Best run along home. I shall fear no evil.
What the hell was that?
Stay back, beast.
This man stunned me with his crucifix. This is not good news.
No, it is not. But then again, I'm not sure why you're surprised. Swansea did the same thing to us when we first met him. Okay, for the love of... You. Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Sorry, you.
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
Oh,
no doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
Yeah.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime, and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
Maybe.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
You're a fucking idiot.
Your precious
I'm gonna enjoy
Samuel
killing you later.
Used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
Wait,
I
he
have
burned
done
people
what
alive?
no one was ready to do.
Oh.
Smote the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Bullshit.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're a fucking asshole.
What do you mean when you...
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. Have you read...
If you propagate the devil's work, you'll perish by the devil's work. Such is the law of the Lord.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
You again? What do you want this time?
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Come on, take a look.
You
Don't
again?
be afraid.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
I don't want to talk to you, I want to talk to this fucker.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
Yeah, well, shut up.
I don't
and take
quite
this.
agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. And these days, he's just another thug.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug?
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears those who dare to get elf care from that bitch are never seen again. Something fishy going on there, for sure.
Right then. Show me what you have. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom. Is there only pain?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which...
Anemia.
What can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man. But you don't seem happy
for anemia.
when I tell you.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
No idea.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now. Rumours say the nurse has gone mad.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
Oh, here
You'll
you go.
feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Okay, now Benjamin is the only one I can't cure because he has some weird-ass disease that I've never fucking heard of. Neuralgia. And there's these two idiots that I haven't seen yet.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
And I'm out.
Even my dreams are so...
Okay. Alright. I believe... Yeah, so she's literally like the last investigation I have right now, so... should be over here, it seems. Yep, here we go.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not.
Lovely.
Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial, and it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Okay, here.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiao Shun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel.
Goodbye for now.
Right.
Goodbye for now.
Now there was like a guy I could see somewhere around here. So look around and see if I can't find anyone else. Because there's a skull there. Blinker skull, rogue skull. Fuck off. You. That was some bullshit and you know it. Okay. Move doesn't seem to work that well. You're not buffing these guys. That does actually heal me when I use my bite, so that's interesting. Didn't think it was, but now that I've upgraded the life regen, it's actually noticeable. Okay, so here's this bit. Freaking carnage in there, so. I feel like I'm missing something here. Might have been a building that I need to see, check. Was it this one? It might have been. Okay, so that's the way into the area. Not this one. It does do a little bit of damage. Maybe I have to upgrade it to do more. I swear to God, I could have sworn. And I saw that there was another guy. But, whatever. Maybe we'll find him after all this is said and done. Is that a beast? Oh, it is. Oh, shit. Yeah, you guys can, have fun together. And I'll, pick off whoever wins. Okay, that's one down. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Shit. You. Keep to the blood. Okay, so that's just beast now. Okay. Whew. That was something. Not a good something, but it was something.
Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well. Goodbye then.
I know you can get her to talk, I think. Somehow. Boy, here we go.
is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
Oh,
No
here
worries,
come the
my son.
monks.
I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed. I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul. The church is shut by order of the bishop, but I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's.
So we can't actually cross in the consecrated ground.
You seem to me a good soul, vicar, but this is a personal matter. There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel, for I can be as silent as stone. I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear. Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord. Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant. Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak? She was my sister. You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her? It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident. I see. And how are you feeling, my son? I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me. I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance. Ask your question, Vicar. What would you like her to know? I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me. You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Alright, well that happened. We still have the frickin' monks.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Could have said that before, you know, we ran into the fucking church. Oh boy. So hopefully
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source of contagion in Whitechapel. Someone should do something about it, but no one cares.
yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Yeah, that was my screw up.
away this week, Joe. Come on, we can sort it out, right?
Alright, let's...
Paid one way or another. Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake. I prefer not to keep to another beating, Baron.
Okay.
Stupid fucking bitch!
What? Ah, shit. Oh, shit!
We have to stop this!
Alright, you and your, like, fucking gas weapon over there. The shit was that? Okay. What the hell? So that's the dispensary over there.
Over there! There's one of them birds!
Oh, for the love of... I need some fucking stamina. She has a cold, but that's fine. What the hell? Oh, great. And down you go. Are we done? Yeah. Seems so. So we are going the wrong way entirely. Hello, sir. You come with me now. You lot have fun.
evil. We do the Lord's work here. Bloody lynch! Crawl back to the hell that followed you! Heaven shall prevail!
You're not doing a very good job of helping your friend here, mate. Yeah, 'cause you sat there like a fucking idiot. Instead of shooting me with that crossbow of yours. Not that it would do much, but you know. These guys. Okay.
It's locked.
Hmm. Aha. Nice. Maybe? I don't know. Like, according to the thing, it's like one of the people I'm missing is supposed to be like near the start of Whitechapel. So I'm trying to find him, but I may have screwed it, because I think it might have been this area here, but the door's locked, so I can't go in. Right straight into the street as you're coming from the hospital.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets.
Between where you fight this guy. Okay, so it's probably around here, isn't it?
I'm used to seeing death. I hope this feeling will disappear someday.
That's Darius. Okay.
Leech spotted!
Yes, he is. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yep, we found him.
It's locked, all right.
Plotting his oppression.
Get away from me! Don't touch me with your disgusting hands!
Oh, you son of a bitch. How's it going?
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
A fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent. But those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them.
Oh,
Now,
joy.
this fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts.
He is racist as shit.
If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
Okay. Let's see if we can't find this other guy. Okay. Between the Whitechapel Church. The cemetery. So this is the cemetery here. So I'm assuming it's going to be maybe here-ish. Okay. Okay. Like, the only reason I want to even find him is just because I want to make sure that I've gotten everyone in the district before I leave. Okay, here's the church. Okay, so down this way. Alright. Ah, yes. Wool scarf, huh? Cherished souvenir. New investigation. Well, this is interesting. Armenian pattern. That makes me think. Well, this is something in here, but maybe it's not here, but it's around here. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a lot of skulls. Holy shit. Ah! so that's one down. Ah! Okay. Christ's sake, that was annoying.
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. I'm a doctor inquiring about the epidemic. May I come in?
A doctor, you say? No, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
I shan't insist. Goodbye for now, sir.
Alright, so that should be everybody. And he has neuralgia, she has a cold. Cadigan has a cold. Bladder. Bloody hell. How do I get out of here? This way. So I just have to remember it's right next to the hideout. I'll make one of those. Upgrade my saw. Damage or blood? Yeah, we'll just do damage, I think. What about the axe? Can we upgrade the axe? No. Firearm. Can upgrade the pistol. Okay. That goes out that way. We need to go into Whitechapel. Also because we have this investigation that we need to do about this scarf, which I'm pretty sure is Christina's. Okay, he's gonna eavesdropping for a minute.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
Hint failed. What? Ah, fuck.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Ah, well. Okay, where's... Where is Loretta? That's the dispensary. Here you are. Here you are.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
Have you any news on Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It seems her dispensary isn't so busy nowadays. Good thing for the Swanborough cordial.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Okay. And now we turn around.
Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Good evening, Xiaoshu.
晚上好, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
What are you doing with your time, now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reed. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reed. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
That's fair enough.
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
Do be careful. These streets can be as dangerous as that terrible place where we first met.
That's true. And maybe it's the best reason to help people around here.
Damn it. I keep fucking up the,
Do you still think
hints.
about your departed husband?
Of
Oh,
course
well.
I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew. Without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
Goodbye for now.
Okay. So we'll pop into the hideout. Level up. And then heal Cadigan, I think. We'll heal and talk to Cadigan because apparently he hangs out around the dispensary after I save him. I'm hoping I can undo my mistake of screwing up this area so badly. But I highly doubt I can. takes a while to level up just with, like, normal stuff. Boy. Unfortunately, these two guys have neuralgia, so... But healing her did bring it up to serious, at least. It did bring it up from a little bit, so... If I heal Cadigan, it should be enough. But I don't know. And I'm really hoping that's the case because like even if I am doing an evil run, even if I do an evil run or a pacifist run, both of them are gonna have to be, everyone's gonna have to be healed and talked to and all that, so I can get the most gain out of my stuff. Like, they did say the game gets easier the more people you eat, because I guess you get stronger. But I'd argue the game gets harder because there's not as much people around to keep the monsters away from, like, everywhere that you have to travel through.
This hour.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadigan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how that
works.
works.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you. I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadigan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Take this as my final warning.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
What is your business?
You are most
I
unlikable.
offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
Bullshit.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
Oh my god.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
If I were entering into the world of street medicine, it would be on my terms and without such dubious associates as yourself, Mr. Bates.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, saved lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamborough shit.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Heard it closed after the owners died. Refugees don't want to come to Whitechapel no more. Scared, I hear.
You sound disappointed.
As long as she was there at the dispensary, it attracted more immigrants and kept my place full. Such a shame.
Well then. No one would miss you if I killed you, that's for damn sure.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Alright, well.
Answer to all your problems.
We'll rest up.
As long as you have the money.
Just progress the night so we can see about if healing him helped. Ah, shit. Now she's sick. Okay. spent enough time in Whitechapel.
Good evening, Xiaoshu.
Wang Shanghao, Dr. Reed.
How do you feel?
I don't feel good, Dr. Reed. Not at all.
You should recover quickly after taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Goodbye for now.
Right, well, I think it's time we get out of here. Go talk to Edgar. Edgar Swansea of the Pembroke Hospital.
Remember your voice, friend. Cannot be.
And there goes your stupid priest. Again. I have a feeling those guys are just gonna show up a lot now. Ow. Fuck you. There we go. Oh boy, okay. Get the hell out of here.
Stay back, please.
Bloody leech! Murderous bastard!
And pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
You want to restore peace in the hospital again?
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. What on earth happened here?
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols, or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Have you embraced this woman, like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No! I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Actually, can I?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
I will see you later. I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Man, why can't I... like, I have... treatments for fatigue, so why can't I heal him? Fuck.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reed. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I mean, to be fair, I might be able to just do this as a pacifist run. But goddamn, is it fucking tempting.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a tragedy, pure and simple. The hospital is meant to be a safe haven to all. We failed the people who trusted us with their care.
Do you think I should not have brought Mr. Hampton back here?
It's not your fault. You rescued that poor soul. It was the Christian thing to do. But we should have noticed his instability.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Alright, Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. And besides, he got rid of the old bag.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Fair enough.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Which one do you even have? Not enough, that's for damn fucking sure. Okay. East End is down that way. Lovely.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Please, sir. I can't let you through. Hey, safe! A leech! A leech! I order you! Step back!
Okay, well, guess we're dealing with them after all.
On back to the shadows!
And down you go. do that, but whatever. Okay.
Die, vermin!
There's one of them birds!
Get their weapons ready! That leech is fast! You're mine,
Thanks for the blood, idiot. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hop, skip, and jump down here. And
Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this vermin. Oh, Christ! Vermin! That's gonna hurt! He's done for!
so are you. Good riddance, you fool. Ow. Hey. Oh, for fuck's sake. You do not need to combo me out of my fucking charging up. Oh my god, what the shit is happening? These guys should not be able to fuck me up this much. What the shit? Give me my fucking stamina. My heal, like, fuck off with that shit. Like, stop interrupting me, you stupid bastard. God damn, that was some bullshit. Alright, well. Oh, for the love of God. Come on. Well,